Hello, welcome to part 2 of the FANMEN podcast Halloween special. Whoa. Yeah, we're not that scary. Anyway, I'm DJ Gove.
Chris Davis.
Sean Hogarty.
Happy Halloween again. Spooky. So we decided to break up the Halloween into part 2s because we didn't want to do one big, giant, long one. And Halloween's the best, so figured we'd just make it 2 episodes.
Chris usually likes to do a giant, big, long one.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
I know.
I can't help it if I'm the only one around the table comfortable with my sexuality.
There we go.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fine.
So you want to buy anything good?
I did. I bought something. I'm not sure if it's good yet, but it's a little bit in the spirit of Halloween and other addictive type things. So recently, The Walking Dead, for their 15th anniversary of the comic, it started in 2003. They did a set of blind bag variants for like 12 different key issues.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Like 1, 7, 19.
Yeah.
So a bunch of stuff. And so blind bag, meaning you buy it, it's sealed, you can't tell which cover it is. And each one, there's a, different artists, full color with trade dress, black and white with trade dress, full color virgin, black and white virgin. And then some people have found, pencil sketch versions, which are like, much rarer. I don't think they're real. I don't think it's actual like pencil sketch.
More like one of the Jim.
It's like a 1 in 500.
Yeah, something like that. It might be 1 in 100. I don't know. But so even though I got burned on this sort of thing before, I bought 5 sets of each issue. So they were discounted, so it wasn't,
okay.
but 5 sets of each issue. I've only opened 2 sets so far.
So what'd you get so far?
I got some, I got a variety of things. I've got 3 more sets to open, so I'll kind of give it, see if anything cool happened. But I'm already pretty happy. Like the first one I opened was a black and white virgin #1, and so at least I don't know that there's any rarity difference between the 4. And it doesn't. I have a complete Walking Dead. Yeah, so I'll see how I did with all of them. But because I have a full run of Walking Dead, I haven't gone hunting for all the variants of #1 because they seem to poop a couple out for every convention. But this seemed like a good thing to do. So,
and this is like a holiday for you.
Yeah,
this is a big one. You're by far the biggest Walking Dead fan out of the 3 of us.
Yeah. So yeah, it felt like a mini holiday, and
it ties right into what's quite possibly the biggest key.
Yeah. So
in your collection.
So I do have a Walking Dead #1 that I bought, raw on eBay, and actually graded at 9.8, which is, I definitely didn't pay a 9.8 price for it. In fact, I bought 1 through 6 from a dude, and it was expensive, but I think 1 and 2 came out 9.8, and the rest were 9.4s or 9.6s. I mean, I definitely...
You had a home run on the 2 that you wanted to.
Of course, Walking Dead may be heading, the values are kind of stagnating. The series isn't doing so well, so...
The show's almost...
Are you starting to see it reach the value starting
to
retreat a little bit?
The 198 got up to about 3,000. I think it's probably still a safe, like $2,500 book. But I'm not looking to sell, so it kind of doesn't matter. Sure. But yeah, so I bought some books.
I did see. I was at my comic book store in my town, and not that I don't go to the other one, but we in there. I had to pick up some books, and people were in there looking for certain of the Walking Dead ones. They only had was it 13 and 133 left or whatever,
something like that.
But people are going rabid trying to get all those. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're like you that actually like the book and do the full set. Most people, it's pop culture right now, so they're trying, or they're just trying to get them to. I'm sure there's probably 1 or 2 that are going for crazy money on eBay.
A lot of speculators trying to.
The first Michonne 19 was a J. Scott Campbell cover, so that one seemed kind of hot. I forget who else did the covers. This. I have been pulling back with my purchasing and trying not to be crazy, so I haven't rushed to open them all. I haven't gone nuts about, I must have every, I'll be excited to see what I get but I don't think I will go hunt anything I didn't get, honestly.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, you do have a nice collection. Actually, you guys, the way you guys talk about books, I'm actually slowly starting to try to up my book collection back. We'll talk one day about how my books got destroyed and how many I lost. But I'm trying to
I do want to hear that. But I do have some things that I think you would probably like that, like a lot of newer Green Lantern and Green Lanterns and all that. I have like full runs of most of that the last few years.
Yeah. I actually did just finally, I won it at the auction, I think 2 weeks ago. I won I had the full lot of Blackest Night.
Oh, nice.
In
Very
cool. Verifine Plus. So
yeah,
that's good.
I always avoid it because we just talked about, I don't like zombies.
Yeah.
Love Green Lantern. Don't like zombies. Put the two together, I was like, ooh.
I do have, I have the Green Lantern, is it the Green Lantern or Green Arrow Junkie cover?
That's Green Arrow.
Green Arrow,
Speedy.
yeah. And then I have a couple classic, I have some old, like Golden Age, Silver Age Green Lantern 1 or 2 issues that I got randomly.
You focus on certain artists? Go for the Adams covers?
Those were ones I got by accident, right? I bought bought kind of a mystery box from a dude on Reddit, and he includes lots of great old books in there, and so I have a few that TJ might like.
Nice.
So, yeah. The continuing theme of selling shit to DJ is probably...
We're going to get there.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Possibly.
We're just going to start bringing merch to the podcast recordings.
There you go.
So...
Yeah, so I really didn't buy much. I bought a couple books, won a couple auction books. Like I said, I've been cutting back on the toys right now. My statue group I'm part of has been doing raffles for some big statues, so I bought a couple tickets for that. But the one thing I got that actually is Halloweeny. So I got this Jason Voorhees Crystal Lake Killer hockey jersey.
That. Yeah.
So a buddy of mine on Twitter, my buddy Steve on Twitter, he's big Boston sports fan. He lives in New York. He collects the hockey jerseys like me, because I have dozens and dozens of them. But I had no horror movie ones, and he's a big slasher guy, and he got upset, and he just sent me one of these.
That's awesome.
So Steve, thank you for the jersey. It is getting worn. I will be passing out candy.
It's beautiful. He was wearing it today, and it definitely looks nice.
Yeah, it's a nice jersey. Anything Geeky Jerseys does is great. I was just telling you guys the Daredevil one's almost done for pre-order. I might have to get one just
I'll have
because
to look at that.
I like Daredevil. So, okay, so for this, Chris, did you have anything? No, you were kind of.
No, it was kind of low key.
Chris worked a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you went to Chicago too, so
I was in Los Angeles and Chicago. I was a little bit all over the place. The one thing that I did buy this week, though, going back to the auction, is kind of went back to the childhood a little bit. I don't know if either of you guys watched, but they did a little theme in one of the slots on the auction, where it's all old What If books.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Which I love those things as a kid. Yeah. The Punisher killed Spider-Man. Any of those stories. I always, for whatever reason, I was always drawn to that alternate universe.
I like those a lot too.
Kind of thing.
I think those are also interesting and attractive because you can just pick them up and read them.
It's a one-off.
They're straight one-off.
You can bang through it and
Not to question. So I had to bow out. I bought a couple books early, but I've been bad lately because I hang out with you guys. You guys have a lot of comics and I don't anymore. Yeah.
Right.
That influences. So plus I'm at work. I'm listening on an earbud at work. Yeah. And I'm like sitting there. A couple weeks ago, I accidentally dropped my phone and it went like A3 and I bought books I didn't need. So
trying to figure out how that happened.
That doesn't,
because I have them pre-typed into the fields. That way
I do the same thing and I hit it enter.
Yep. So I'll type A3, wait for back off A4. So I'm like first.
Oh.
Yeah.
My
Don't
thinking
tell
is,
me your secrets.
No, but the thinking is, if you're comfortable with the guys, they're not going to screw you.
Yeah.
If they're putting it up for $25, it's
It wasn't bad. Yeah, no. I mean, there were books I used to have, so it wasn't. They were X-Men books, Wolverine and Sabretooth. The first time they battled in the new X-Men.
Some of it's more if you just something that you're looking for or something you want.
Yeah, no, I've never had a problem with any of the price I paid. But anyway, I was wondering on those What If books, did they have the What If the Silver Surfer had the Infinity Gauntlet book?
That wasn't there this week, but
that was my favorite one.
It has been in a previous auction.
Yeah, that was my favorite one as I
think it was closer to the release of the
movie. What is it? Silver Surfer and what?
What if Silver Surfer had the Infinity Gauntlet?
Oh.
It's basically Silver Surfer runs the galaxy. I don't know why. The cover was really attractive, and it was a good book.
They've actually relaunched the What If line.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're starting to drop.
They're cool books. So yeah, I like those too. So yeah, so like I said, we've been taking it pretty easy lately. As we talked about, these guys got off vacations. I have one coming up. We all got Christmas coming up. A certain someone we know has been selling hockey jerseys online, and Chris can only have so many mortgages on the house. So we've been trying to behave.
No, see, what you do is you buy them, and then if you need to, you just donate them back for the tax write-off.
Yeah,
you take it on the front and the back.
There you go.
There you go.
Always thinking the mind of a finance guy.
the market lately, I'm going to have plenty of tax write-offs.
Don't open any of these.
Yeah,
it's not.
So back to Happy Halloween. Whoa. So I figured we talked last episode about, horror movies and stuff like that. So there's two big chunks of Halloween. There's all the scary movies, and then there's dressing up in costumes and going trick-or-treating. So I figured we'd just do a little open discussion about either, what do you remember dressing up as a kid? What was your favorite costume as a kid? Stuff that maybe the girls have all dressed up as. If you've done any adult costumes, probably only me, but
you probably have more to talk about there. Yeah,
probably that. So I start back in the day. So do they remember like the first thing that they were probably at that point in time didn't pick it, but first thing you were dressed up as for Halloween?
The thing that I remember was I went as Dracula one year. Had to be about 6 or 7, and my mom gave me, how the Bela Lugosi Dracula has the widow's peak, right? So the pointy hairline. So I still have pretty curly hair, but when I was a kid, it was like big curls and like corn silk yellow blonde, very bright. And so she
look like a Cabbage Patch Kid doll, basically.
Exactly. So she made me a foil helmet with a widow's peak that she Sharpied or spray painted black or something, pressed down over my head, and fangs and I wish I had a picture of it, but I remember even then kind of having the idea that this was pretty stupid looking. But that's that one. And then I remember a different year she made me a taco, basically, and I thought this was pretty creative, though it was pretty embarrassing. Took a giant circle of cardboard, folded it in half to make the taco shell, cut armholes through it. So the back of the taco is behind me and it's folding around me. And then crepe paper, brown crepe paper for the meat, and then some green and red and orange for cheese. I mean, it actually worked really well. Yeah. And so I was a taco. Those are the kids.
You're like a trendsetter, because now there's pieces of pizza and hot dog costumes.
Yeah, we actually bought some of those from Target.
Pretty well done too.
After the season for like $3. I mean, it was triple clearance.
Yeah.
I may be wearing one to work on Wednesday, though. I don't know if they'll fit. I may still try because if I rip it, it's okay and it'll look funny on a fat guy. Yeah,
we have actually my building. We have new people bought our office building, and they're trying to make it very Boston-y, like dressing up. They punt $1 zillion into the lobby, and they do all these like fun events and stuff. Yeah. So they're doing like a big Halloween thing. So they sent the flyer, and they're like, "Oh, there's gonna be a costume contest. Whoever wins gets like a couple $100 worth of gift cards to various like local places, like restaurants and stuff." Yeah. Immediately, people are like, "So what are you going as? You're gonna win, right?" Like,
which one are you picking?
I don't know yet. I have one that I'm thinking about picking. And I actually have a picture of my phone, but
all right, well, that sounds like an adult costume.
Yeah, it's an adult costume.
What about you as a kid?
So I remember the first one I can still remember dressing up as was I was Mickey Mouse when I was like 2.
Okay.
I know my first Halloween, I was a clown. I know that because we had the costume forever.
Yeah.
Because my family keeps everything.
Yeah.
I come from a long line of pack rats, as you guys know. But I remember being Mickey Mouse, like conductor Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Same thing. So Mickey has like the little point. Yep. I didn't get a foil hat. It was just a grease pen. But I remember doing that. So, and then I remember the first one I ever picked. I think I was like 5. I was Hawkman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. Because I'm difficult. I think I even
No comment.
Yeah, no, I am. So it was always like you want to be Superman or Batman because they made the little like apron costumes with paper.
Oh yeah.
Because for Super Friends, like, no, I want to be Hawkman. And they're like, okay. So I remember we have a picture, and this was back when I guess I like this one the most because I've talked a little bit, like me and my parents don't get along too well. So, but this was back when my mother was still normal, and her and my grandmother actually made me the whole costume. So I had the flesh colored like long sleeve shirt on, and I had the cross with the Hawkman logo. I had the big helmet. I had the wings. I had the mace. And the mace was foil. That's how we made them. But so I was Hawkman, and no one knew who I was except for a couple other kids I watched, like Super Friends, or had the toy. So I remember that one fondly. Actually, we have a picture of that somewhere in a box in the attic. I think it's me in the Hawkman costume. And then I've it's mostly comic characters. I've been Beetlejuice one year. I've been the Crow because it was easy when I was like a teenager and stuff. And I've been Batman. Have I been Batman? I was Robin, not Batman. I've been Green Lantern. I've been Mr. Incredible. That was a little bit later on down the line, obviously. So yeah, but it was definitely the two I remember the most fondly were the Mickey Mouse and Hawkman, which obviously set me off on the. It's Halloween's fault that I like the things I like.
That makes sense.
I blame Halloween. I have no money because I give it all to Mickey Mouse and DC Comics.
It's funny. I think the one time I actually did like an adult cosplay was The Crow.
Oh, really?
I was probably 18, 19 when that movie came out. Loved the brand new movie. Had read the book before. Had hair down to my shoulders at the time. So, I mean, it was an easy one.
I had hair too.
When I still had hair.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, the same thing.
I had the
makeup, the whole thing, the black trench coat. Yeah.
Yep.
That was the one time that I actually cosplayed.
How old was that?
I was probably 18 or 19,
right.
Somewhere like right out of high school.
Because I forgot. Sometime in the high school time frame, I went goth, which wasn't really a proper costume, except I was a nerd and non-goth, and I dyed my hair black. I think I might have had like an earring, a magnetic earring or something. I think my girlfriend at the time. Earring? Yeah, like, so.
No, I know what it is. I'm just wondering
you're questioning?
Yeah.
Because I don't want punctured ears.
Pretty sure I could still put the earrings back in my ears.
I think I had eyeliner as well.
So you like Robert Smith?
All right.
Yeah. So
say it again, but say it sexy.
I had eyeliner as well. But that actually reminds me of the only other time I dressed goth was one of the more embarrassing times in college. Same girlfriend. Depeche Mode was playing UMass Lowell.
Oh, wow.
I was a Northern California kid, synth player, and so huge Depeche Mode fan. And this is probably 91, 92. And so my girlfriend, who was at Wellesley at the time, out from the West Coast, and her sister was now also going to college in town. So a bunch of California kids who would love this stuff dresses up goth, goes to Lowell. The concert had been canceled. Nobody told us. So we show up in Lowell early. So we're walking around, getting coffee, going to eat dinner, eyeliner, goth, and nobody looks right. And everybody's looking at us like asshats. Because we didn't know.
Lowell.
Yeah. Well, they probably also knew the show had been canceled. This is before the internet and Twitter and stuff, right? Or it was before social media.
Correct, yeah.
So yeah, we just didn't know. So we show up to the arena. Our parking spot was really great.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So sorry, sideline, but
no, that's fine.
Do you have pictures of you as the Crow, Chris? Because that
I probably do. I know there's some of the long-haired pictures out there. I'll have to go digging through some of the boxes. It's funny. You actually mentioned the old school costumes. Yeah. I don't know if growing up in the area, you certainly know where Spags was.
Yeah.
So when we were kids, I still remember the first costume I picked out was, again, one of those plastic apron costumes with the plastic, and one is Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
But that was the thing. When you were going to there weren't costume stores or anything. You went and picked one out of a box.
I don't remember. You kind of went by
which mask you liked the best.
I don't remember which ones I had, but I remember the way the rubber bands cut into the back of your head.
The mask sat on the top of my head most of the time.
You can't breathe, and you're wearing
the eye holes were never in the right spot.
Yeah. So I do remember the experience, but no clue what I wore.
But what's crazy now, if you go onto eBay or any of these collector sites, those old Cooper costumes go for insane money.
But what are people doing with them?
There's just collectors. They'll still have them in the boxes.
Especially if you can find, like, with those Coopers, if you can find the weird one-off one, like, if you can find, like, a Steve Austin $1 Million Man one or something, they're worth a fortune.
That may be one I actually had. I was a huge Steve Austin fan.
There were, like, variants, too. Like, Daredevil was essentially a red Batman outfit.
Yeah, sure.
They painted the mask red.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
There wasn't a heavy lift there.
See, I never really had bad costumes, probably because I was a pear-shaped, rotund child. So we made most of all our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we pieced it together, so it's something my favorite. I come from a semi-creative family, so.
The homemade costumes started as soon as, like, the siblings arrived.
Yeah.
The box costumes were when I was younger and they were still babies and stuff like that. But then it became, Mom made me a hobo outfit one year.
So
nice.
The vampire cape.
When you were a hobo,
yeah.
This makes me think of, I think it might have been high school ages, but I did Indiana Jones, leather coat, white shirt, hat. I had a whip. I don't remember where the hell I got the whip, but my mom burned a cork and rubbed it on my cheeks to make, to give me a 5 o'clock shadow. Did you do that for the hobo?
That's what my mother did. And then she did the little satchel with like patches on it. And the whole thing. Yeah.
Crazy. I never did Indiana Jones. You know what's weird thing too is like I don't think I've ever been a Star Wars character for Halloween either. Which is weird.
I don't think I have. Yeah.
Probably something out.
No, I've done Disney. Never done.
I've done Disney stuff. Yeah.
So as you guys got older, I didn't go to that many Halloween parties, so I only have a couple memories of actually dressing up. But I do feel like I missed out on this, sexy everything costume world. I mean, we don't have to go in this topic.
No, that's
but just looking back at the Halloween parties I did go to, I do feel like I missed out.
Yeah, we definitely did. I mean, I'm a little bit old for it, but it's
some in college.
Yeah,
you're
a few years behind. I feel like I just was over the curve.
It probably just started. I think it was the first year Heather and I were together.
Okay,
she dressed as a French maid.
Yeah, I mean that's a try.
That was those in the cop and the nurse, but now
even
it's like
that wasn't as sexy as some of the ones you see.
Yeah, now there's like sexy Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah,
and there's sexy taco probably somewhere out there. It's like
you may sexy. That could be an entire episode on its own. We're going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
You probably haven't seen this. I don't think you've ever gone to the Halloween party at Disney.
No,
you certainly have.
You guys have, yeah.
There are more slutty princesses. Like the first time we took Harley, and you're watching these girls.
Get trademark screened at the gate?
I don't know if she's 15. I don't know if she's 25. She shouldn't be wearing that. Yeah. Not at Disney.
Yeah, there is certain things at Disney. That's the thing. Like the bulk of my costumes in the last decade or so have been tailor-made to go to Disney World because we go down for the Halloween party a lot.
Yeah,
and they started putting the brakes on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
it definitely changed this year compared to in years past.
Yeah, so I know now if you look too much like the character, they ask you to leave.
Because,
So I remember one year I went, and actually I got a picture of it. I did Buzz Lightyear. Because I was trying to find, okay.
Oh, nice.
This was when I was a lot bigger. So I was like, ooh, what's a round character I can be? It's like, I can be Pete. I can be Friar Tuck. I can be Buzz Lightyear. He's like.
That's a big costume to carry down to Disney.
It was. And the best thing is that, I went, the big gloves, the hood, the whole, I didn't do the bubble, the jetpack, the pleather, the whole nine. And lucky for me, it was 118 degrees that day. I lost about 15 pounds in a night. So that's Buzz Lightyear.
That's awesome.
It was to the point where
that's fantastic.
Kids were coming up to take pictures with me.
Oh yeah.
And I saw the Disney guys come at me and I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. But they actually had me sign a thing. They actually put a picture of me in one of the brochures for the Halloween party one year.
Nice.
Now they get wicked. Now they just don't have it all. There's some girl I think last year was dressed up like Tinkerbell and they made her bounce. But she was the same size as their Tinkerbell. And their Buzz Lightyear is their friend of Buzz Lightyear is a guy in the big mascot suit, not like a person. So, but yeah, that was a rough one. Another one I did where I had to do a bunch of pictures was I was Mr. Smee one year.
Mr. Smee.
Oh, that's an excellent pull.
It was. So it was fun because all the villains were out in front of the castle, and
that has to be one of your easier costumes too.
Actually, sewing the stripes on the shirt.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Did it? Yeah, because some of yours are very intricate.
And making the hat was actually. I had to figure out how to do the hair on the hat. I just used, But I was like, what can I do to be, because this was after, so I'm like, it was hot as hell that one year. How do I avoid this? Like Mr. Smee, sandals, shorts, t-shirt, boom. I shaved the beard off, but I can do it. But there was no Mr. Smee out in the park that day. So I waited in line for Captain Hook so I could get the picture, which is the one I have on my phone. And then people started roping back into line. It's like, oh, there's Hook and Mr. Smee. I was there for an hour and a half taking pictures.
And not getting any money.
Exactly, not even getting paid.
That's.
And then we were leaving, and I felt a tap on my shoulder. We're like, we were at the first photo area when you first walk in the gate, where the popcorn cart is, where you leave for the gates.
Where the popcorn cart used to be.
It's not gone. It's just under maintenance. They're replacing the cart, so we'll be back in a couple weeks.
All right.
My favorite popcorn cart. So I always get popcorn on the way out, so I get it for the bus popcorn. Anyway, so I felt this whole. So it's midnight. Everyone just there's a big group of us. Everyone just wants to go, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm taking pictures and I'm waiting in line for popcorn. I want to get my popcorn to go home. And I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn and it's this girl, she's from Japan or something. And she keeps holding up her camera going, Mr. Smee, Mr. Smee. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, no problem. So I take a picture with her or whatever. I'm always like, oh, what is going on? I'm like, okay, I already leave. And she stops me. She goes, no. There's a whole like sorority. There's like 35 of them that all want pictures with Mr. Smee.
That's awesome.
So I'm there to like 12:30 taking pictures. If I would just do like one big group one, with me and like 30 19-year-old Japanese girls.
I want a copy of that picture.
Yeah, me too. I don't have it. My wife loved it. It was great. So I did that one. That was a good one. I do a lot of adult. You know what? With the cons and stuff now, I do end up with doing a lot of costumes. So.
That doesn't count for Halloween, though. It just gives you lots of stuff for the Halloween.
Well, these were all around Halloween. So, like, Rhode Island Comic Con's always right around Halloween. Yep. So the first time I ever went was actually, it was on Halloween. Mm-hmm. So they had a big Halloween party. So I did my costume, my brother's costume. So he was Rorschach, and I was Alan from The Hangover.
That's nice.
That's probably what I'm going to wear to work on Wednesday.
That's with the baby and
I had the little baby Carlos. I found the same brand Baby Bjorn carrier they used in the movie. I got the shirt and everything.
Some dedication.
I had the ace bandage with the blood cut on my hand and everything like that. And that was fun. Actually, that was a good party that night, too. I ended up with Father Gabriel from Walking Dead drinking beers all night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a good night. And then the next night at the after party, it was Ian Michael, what's his name from Vacation? I'm tongue-tied right now.
Anthony Michael?
Anthony Michael Hall, yeah.
Nice.
Ended up closing the bar down with him.
That's funny.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. So I've done that. That's probably my favorite one I do is the Hangover one. I came in second place for the contest.
That's definitely a good one.
I did Barf one year too from Spaceballs.
Oh, nice.
That one came out good too. That was hard too because I had to make the shoes and everything with the fur in them and the gloves with the fur and the tail and the jumpsuit.
I've never put in that much time.
Yeah.
I did in somewhere around, I want to say 94, 95, I actually went to a Halloween party. And I went to one of the costume shops in South Boston and got a 1989 Keaton Batman costume, like a pretty good one.
Yeah,
I have the photographic evidence here.
Yes.
So that's me in my crappy Subaru wagon.
But that's ball Michael Keaton Batman costume.
That's an awesome costume.
I'm gonna have to throw all these up on the Facebook page too.
Yeah, so I'll have to
throw all these up online.
I'll have to get that to you, but I wore it to work that day. That's what this picture's from. I had cops like stopping their cruisers to hop out, take pictures with me.
That's awesome.
But I took it to the party that night, and I quickly learned I'm not a big dancer, party guy, social guy to begin with, but in costumes it seemed to be pretty good. But rubber, sweaty as shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I quickly learned that it takes a lot to look that good. So you must, the dedication you put into those things, someday they'll be holographic, push a button on your wrist.
Yeah. I try to do comfortable stuff. So I try to barfs in a jumpsuit. Alan the Hangover is just, a shirt and pants. And
I've barfed in a jumpsuit.
There we go. That's close. How are, I know my kid loves to dress up, obviously. How are your girls? They like doing costumes?
So yes, and it always seems to be last minute type of thing. This year, actually, my 13-year-old for the first time has decided that she does not care to go out trick-or-treating, doesn't care about a costume. Part of the deal was she could pick, like a king size, actually pick some candy that she wants and get it and eat it. And she's like, I'm done. That's good.
That's good enough for me.
Whereas the 11-year-old's going out with friends, for the first time, going out without mom and dad, which is fairly scary. But I think she bought what looked like PJs that are a dragon. It has a hood and stuff like that.
Yeah. Now, it's like a big thing.
So she's excited.
Yeah. I know Harley's a big costume person.
Harley's a big costume person. It's usually 2 or 3.
Yeah. In fairness, she's the youngest of all our kids.
Yeah. So. And she also has, a very indulgent set of parents.
What are you trying to imply?
I didn't say that was bad. I mean, it's a factor, right?
No,
being able to let your kid do crazy stuff is a good thing.
No, it is. It is. And we probably give her more leeway on some of these things. Like the 9-year-old. We do.
But you let her choose.
It's her idea. She comes up with a lot of the, she'll find a lot of the stuff. Yeah. Like, she tends to trend more towards DJ than us. She wants to dress up at the cons. Yeah. Like from a young age, she's gone at least one day anytime we've gone to a con in costume.
That's cool.
She'd dress up as Harley something. This year, DJ actually got to see her in Boston. She decided she wanted to be Jessica Jones.
I saw that. Yeah. That was fantastic.
And it was the jeans, the boots, the tank top, the jacket, the whole thing.
Yeah. And my kid was Emma Swan this year, so they both walked around in jeans and leather jackets.
Yeah, no, it was an easy costume.
Yeah.
And she wanted to play the part in photo ops and mean, she's meeting Aquaman and says, "No, I'm going to stand over here and just look pissed off. You guys take the picture." So this year, that one's on the rack somewhere, but she's going as Lady Deadpool.
Really?
Things. She picked
so the pink Deadpool costume.
No, that's Gwenpool.
Oh, you're right.
No, it's a female Deadpool costume.
It's Deadpool with a ponytail, basically.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
Deadpool with a ponytail. So she decided we went to the Halloween party again this year.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to go as Sally.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. We touched upon it in a previous episode.
Yeah.
Huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. She had never seen it until a month and a half ago, and just fell for it in a big bad way. She loves it. So yeah, she's definitely more the costume person. Once I got out of college, I think that was probably the end of it. Heather and I did a couple of Halloween parties. One is Jack Skellington one time, but college was kind of the end of it for me.
I have some parental scars that I haven't thought of in many, many years related to costuming. It must have been around Halloween, and I think it was maybe 4th grade probably. My mother and stepfather came to the school in a couple's costume and horrified me and embarrassed me. I don't remember what their excuse was for coming into the classroom in costume. There must have been some reason. So they came into my classroom dressed as an organ grinder and a monkey, but they also gender swapped it. So my mother is dressed like kind of an Italian street guy. She's got chest hair, right, and a mustache, and then I may be messing up two things. There might have gone like that at the party, but then my stepfather's wearing like brown tights and a freaking monkey bellhop hat, and it's just So you know what? Let's just leave this behind. But I'm scarred.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it to me too. I have nothing like that.
So what you must do to Athena, DJ?
Nah, she's into it, man.
No,
I mean,
she's.
Of course, you don't bring it into her school, so
that's true. That's true.
There's a right place and time.
Well, I've been like all her friends would come over, and I've been dressed up and stuff. So actually, this year, this is the first year where I haven't had to make her anything for Halloween.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, you're 17 now.
Do it.
Like, I'm still gonna go get candy. I mean, she's only 4'10", so she can pass it like a 12-year-old.
Yep. So
she's gonna go around, but she actually has friends throwing Halloween parties this year. And I'm like, can we just go to the store and you grab something? I don't have the time. I'm too busy with work and all that. And so she got one of the Hocus Pocus dresses that are made really nice. Cool. Yeah, she's going to do a Sarah Jessica Parker from Hocus Pocus. But she's always been like, very rarely has she used like a bot costume.
Yeah.
I know when she was younger, obviously, we just, it was princess dresses all the time. And when she was I think she was 5. She's like, I want to be a Power Ranger this year. I was like, oh, bless your heart. Mm-hmm. I was all excited for that. And I was like, okay, we're going to do, my Pink Ranger, and I want to be this one, the Mystic Force, whatever it was. Like, God damn it.
The first time they asked for something other than the princess dress, like Harley wanted to be Rey one year. She wanted the whole staff, the whole thing. I'm like, kind of puts a tear in your eye.
I tried to get Athena to do Rey. She won't do it.
Harley pulled it off she had the really long hair at the time. So she was able to actually pull off the hairstyle and everything. Yeah,
she wouldn't do Star Wars. I tried to do let's do Princess Leia. Let's do the Bounty Hunter, the Booska Princess Leia. Didn't happen, but she's been Power Ranger. She's been witches and zombies and all this kind of stuff. But
funny aside, we were in Chicago last weekend. Went to so Harley was getting to see her nieces and her cousins. My nieces and nephews, and they had a little Halloween thing at one of the schools, and she actually wore one of Athena's old dresses.
Oh, nice.
She had the Jack Skellington dress on with the Jack Skellington ears.
With the cameo thing on.
Exactly. I love that dress. Adorable. So now we have Athena who's pushing college and Harley who's pushing 10.
And they wear the same size clothes.
And it's the same size clothes. It fit perfect.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I have, I don't think we've worn it for a while. In fact, I think my wife's trying to sell it. But we have the blow-up costumes.
Oh yeah.
Like they're giant airbags with a fan. Yeah, no, we have like a farmer, You wear a giant farmer hat, and then it's like overalls, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I saw one of those. They have a Baymax one from Big Hero 6.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool.
I love me some Baymax.
Yeah, actually, don't you have a sticker on your car?
I do have a Baymax sticker on my car. Yeah, actually, Baymax might be one of the next couple tattoos that goes on.
We jumped out a window.
I talk about. I'll go to Disney World and I push kids aside and get in line for Baymax. It's like
that line's always crazy.
Yeah, it's like the two roundest, weightest guys in Florida. Me and Baymax.
That was a really good movie.
It was a good movie. So That's costume talk. So he said, yeah, it's always good to think about. So it's Halloween's kind of going, I don't want to say downhill, but it's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
Not just because we're getting older. Like people get so offended by everything now. It's just everyone sucks. And
there's things
back in the day it was
dangerous.
Great. Anyway, back in the day it was great. Everyone passed out candy. Everybody got dressed. All the kids dressed up. Everyone went out. If it was raining, it was windy, it was cold. Everyone just put on a hoodie and went.
Hours. We never.
Nope. Pillowcases.
Grab a pillowcase.
Pillowcases.
Just hunt the neighborhoods.
I used to
come home and dump it and get back out.
I remember we used to, some years we actually changed costumes and go to Bob Cousy's house twice because he always had full-size candy bars because he was up the street.
That's smart.
Yeah.
One thing I don't know if I feel lucky about it. Our kids have never quite gotten the freedom to just eat the crap out of their candy. We've somehow convinced them that, they bring it home and they get like 3 pieces.
Howie never finishes hers.
We invariably have bags of candy a year later. Now you can tell what they prefer. The stuff that's left is, random hard candy, non-chocolate, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But they've never done. I mean, when I was a kid, I ate it all.
That shit was gone in 3 days.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have kids the next day at school. You'd have like everyone have their lunch. Everyone eat their lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the lunch tray, you'd dump out the Ziploc bag, and it would be like, be like a flea market.
Yep.
Okay, who wants double bubble? I'll give you 9 double bubbles for one, one Snickers or something.
Yep.
So that's a good segue.
Yeah.
Speaking of childhood diabetes, let's go.
Let's jump right in.
Top 3 trick-or-treat candies. So it's got to be something you get for trick-or-treat. It can't be like, caramellos or something like that because they don't make trick-or-treat ones. But top 3 candies you would get on Halloween.
All right. So my number 3 is really doesn't deserve to be in a top 3.
Don't say circus peanuts, you bastard. Don't do it.
No, I won't say circus peanuts.
Don't say Peeps either.
Nope, not Peeps. Candy corn.
Okay.
Right. So, yeah, Chris is making a barf face.
My daughter loves it, and I don't understand.
So the fact is, I will only maybe eat 3 or 4 a year because they're so sweet and stuff. But the coloring, the shape, the texture, it's
classic.
It's classic, and it always makes me. It's Halloween for me.
Cool. But it has to be like true candy corn. Right?
Oh, yeah.
We're not talking any of this new wave candy corn flavored bullshit, right?
Oh, no.
Candy corn M&Ms and stuff. That stuff is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Yeah.
I can see the candy. I used to like the little pumpkins.
Oh, yeah.
They were the same thing, but I like the pumpkins always better.
They did candy corn milkshakes at Disney this year.
Ugh, disgusting.
They were awful.
I know they had...
Like,
they used
it's
to have,
undrinkable.
Yeah. When we went one year, they had candy corn soft serve at Storybook Treats. And I was like, you're not getting it. That's got to be the grossest thing ever. I'm not doing it.
All right.
Okay.
Your number 3.
My number 3 is actually a recent addition to the candy collection here. It's the Snickers Crispers.
Oh,
I'm a big Snickers fan. Somehow somebody decided to put puffed rice in this thing and just took it into an entirely different level. It's
nice.
So that's the one thing. And Harley, it helps out that you have a kid that doesn't particularly like the peanut candies.
Oh, okay.
So I can clean out all of the Snickers out of that bag immediately. But yeah.
Nice.
My number 3.
My number 3 is I'm going Almond Joys.
Oh.
The Almond Joys are always the first thing gone. Like, we can't raid the kids' stuff anymore because she loves them too, so I don't get any. I have to buy my own bag. But
No, you got to come over with us. So give you all those.
You okay with Mounds as well?
I don't like Mounds as much because Mounds are dark chocolate and Mounds don't have nuts in them.
Yeah, no.
Because sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
You don't. Yeah.
I'm always a nut.
Peter Paul. Almond Joys got nuts. Mounds don't.
Always a nut. Yeah. Almond Joys have nuts. Mounds don't. Nah, I like Almond Joys. I don't know why. I'm not like, I wouldn't say like a huge coconut guy, but it's just the Almond Joys. It all works. It just works. So it's good stuff. So I'm going Almond Joy.
That sounds great. I'm not sure what I picked for number 2, but I'm going to say Hershey's Fun Size candy bars. So that's the Mr. Good bars.
Just any of them, the dark
crackle,
chocolate,
the dark chocolate, the regular.
Extra dark.
Yeah, I mean, just they're kind of a staple. And so that's, all year round I will eat those things. But if those are in the bag, those are disappearing quickly.
I am a big Mr. Good bar guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. And I like the crackles too. Mr. Good bar really has no comparable from any of the other brands. Crackles are good, but I'd rather do a crunch.
Though you know what, I'll cheat and spread it a little bit. I'll include Crunch and Kit Kat.
Yeah.
And
Well, Kit Kats are not Hershey
Kits.
brand.
Oh no, I know that's
Yeah.
why I'm cheating, but still that fun. They're snack size.
Okay.
And then of course I get Milky Ways and so
Yeah.
they're that entire family of sweet
That
spot,
little-
smaller chocolates.
The ones that you find like in the office
Yeah.
candy jar all year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, my number 2 is actually the Kit Kat.
Awesome.
And it kind of, you hit on a good point. I mean, it's really any of those smaller bite-size chocolate bars. Crunch bars, not a huge Three Musketeers fan, but you could give me a bag of dark chocolate bars out of those fun size and I'll eat the
Yeah,
shit.
the special darks. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
My number 2 is also Kit Kat. I love Kit Kats.
Yeah.
Kit Kats are, I mean, not just Halloween candy. That's my second favorite. That's probably, it might be my favorite candy ever. Maybe it's up there. It's like a 1A, 1B, my 1 and 2.
It's one of the go-tos if you're just going to grab something. You just want something.
It is. Yeah. I like the chocolate's good on it. I like the texture difference. Yeah. It's like the only candy bar that I like the fact that they did F with the size. Like sometimes they change sizes and stuff, but like the Big Cat Kit Kat bar it's heaven on earth. It's oh my
pretty
God.
good. Those things are, it feels like you've been shrunk by a shrink ray. I mean, they're
exactly. Yeah. It's like a Wonka bar or something like that. They're wicked good.
So I actually eat Kit Kats relatively frequently at work. We have, some people call them Snackos, some people call them Gee-Dunk, but they're basically these, people stock a kitchenette or an area with a huge amount of stuff from like Costco or BJ, and they'll, it's an honor cash thing, and we use it to have, parties or whatever. And my current job, somebody's been filling these giant foil trays of Halloween size, fun size candy. And the Kit Kats are in there. The Twix are in there. 100 Grand is actually one of my favorites.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what brought me back to, Kit Kat. So no, our number 2s are that. I mean, that's like the pocket of Halloween quick eats. Yeah.
So I mean,
I have a feeling our ones are going to be close too.
No one said
it's
like number 1.
Number 1, it's my turn.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I got a feeling that we're gonna go
the true king. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Reese's peanut butter cups with a special mention for the pumpkins or the Christmas trees.
They came out with bats this year too.
I haven't tried those, but that slight shift in the ratio towards peanut butter and the
eggs at Easter.
Massiveness. Oh yeah, the peanut butter eggs. Yeah. So
are we all on the same page? What was your number?
Yeah, mine is
peanut butter. Okay.
Peanut butter cups. And I'm actually going to go. I'll celebrate the entire Reese's canon.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't.
See,
Fast Break is probably a little, but it doesn't matter if it's PC's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, the PC's and the peanut butter cups are insane.
Oh,
see,
yeah.
Now the Reese's sticks for me,
those are good.
That's like
I had some.
That
of those.
is my sweet spot there because it kind of takes the crispy from the Kit Kat.
Yeah,
it's got the peanut butter, the chocolate. It's
on Friday before I went to the airport for lunch.
Yeah,
I had.
Well, you can get the giant ones now.
I had the king. yeah, so I had the king size Reese's. They were selling 2 for $3, so I got the king size Reese's peanut butter cups, 4 big cups, 400 calories, and then the Fast Break or the Reese's sticks king size, which I thought would be less calories, but in fact that was 440. So I had 840 calories of those things that you just named off.
Let's take
that was my
second
lunch.
just to chastise you for bringing calories into the candy discussion. We can't think.
We can go back and censor out that.
We'll take that.
No, that's all right.
But
yeah, no, Reese's that's like my grandfather. I eat peanut butter cups like my grandfather. He was a peanut butter junkie. He got me stuck on him. So like I love everything Reese's. The only thing I don't like Reese's, so I love, much like the Kit Kats, I love the big cups.
Yep.
Because the ratio is flawless. It's much like getting the Christmas trees all year. But they still have like that. The Christmas trees have like the edges are soft when you bite. It's like
yeah.
But the big cups still have like that peanut butter cup.
The ridge.
That click when you bite into it.
Yeah.
I don't like the mini ones they did. The mini ones suck.
No, you mean the standard,
the little bite size?
No, not the bite size ones you get like in the Halloween bags. But like you go and you buy the bag at like CVS or whatever with all the little unwrapped
the little
ones,
tiny ones that you put on like ice cream or something.
Those suck. The chocolate tastes different and the ratio is all off.
Yeah, I'll have to try those as a test just to verify.
Yeah,
but
they suck. But yeah, Reese's peanut butter cup is the undisputed king of not
question.
Just Halloween candy, but all candy.
Yeah, it's rare that we've been so unanimous on a topic, and given that we had not discussed that before, I'm glad I got
the size of us. It's something we know.
Yeah, we
know the subject well.
Yeah, I mean, I probably actually should have brought a bag so we had them on the table so we could munch on them.
Yeah, how are we recording? A Halloween episode and then a previous Halloween episode with no candy.
Yeah, well, wrappers are bad for the audio acoustics, right? I figured, right? You want to...
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know.
Bad.
Yeah.
I shot.
Peanut butter cup.
Yeah. Yeah, so peanut butter cups are king.
And we're hungry.
Yeah, so just because we all basically pick the same kind of stuff, anyone have like, let's go something non-chocolate. What's something good non-chocolate that you get? Throw something in.
I like the what is it? Bit of honey, you know, kind of the chewy, chewy things, or bad for your teeth. Milk Duds, or at least that's chocolate, I guess.
Starburst jelly beans.
Ooh.
I like the Starburst more than the jelly beans.
I love Starburst, but the jelly beans are...
You can't really find them anymore, but when I was a kid, I used to like the Wonka bottle caps.
Yeah, those are okay.
I used to like all the Wonka candies, the Nerds and the bottle caps and the Runts.
So
bottle caps you have to find by the box.
Yeah.
Work
That's
around
something Harley and I, you go to like Walmart will have them.
Sometimes,
Some of the other ones
they only
are
make them in the
by
Halloween
box.
stuff anymore. The Wonka mix now is basically just Runts and Laffy Taffy or whatever. But
I've always loved gummy bears, and then the good old like the root beer gummies
like watermelon slices and peach rings. And all that. I do love
peach
love gummy
rings.
Too. Oh, I like gummy bears too. They have to be like the Haribo gummy bears though, because what I do is you can do it with any brand gummy bear, but like with the Haribos, the green ones aren't lime; they're strawberry. So I can take a bag of Haribos, pick out all the yellow ones, throw them in the trash, and I'm good to go.
So what are the yellow ones?
Lemon. I don't like them.
Yeah.
But when you buy like off-brand gummy bears, you have to take out the yellow ones and the green ones. It's usually like half the bag goes away. So it's a waste thing for me.
I don't
insane.
waste. I'm able to eat the ones that I like least, and still that actually amps up my enjoyment of the other flavors.
Yeah. So candy's good. We like candy. So Sean had number 3 was candy corns.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was the Hershey Fun Mix, Mr. Goodbar, Crackle, Special Dark. Number 1 was
peanut butter
cup.
Yep.
Chris had the Snickers bars, the crisp version, Kit Kats, and the king of candy, peanut butter cup. And I had Almond Joys, Kit Kats, and also peanut butter cups. Special mention to, you can't get them anymore, but God rest the PB Max.
What?
From the late 80s.
What's a PB Max?
You guys remember PB Maxes?
Remember the name? I couldn't tell you.
As good as Reese's stuff is, PB Max was probably the best peanut butter candy bar ever. It was a square. You got 2 of them in a pack.
Uh-huh.
It was it was like a crisp bottom, then peanut butter, then little crispy like peanut butter cookie pearls in it, all dipped in chocolate.
Oh, that sounds pretty.
We used to buy them by the case when I was a kid. I forget. I think they were a Mars product. I know I signed the petition to bring them back multiple times. It has
campaigning. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. When things come back, they're never the same. Just like in Pet Cemetery, right? All the Hostess stuff.
Yeah.
Twinkies, Chocodiles.
So that was that was the inside of that was a PB Max being broken in half.
Do you have a picture of the wrapper? Because
yes,
I feel like I've eaten those. I mean, it seems highly unlikely that. Yeah, I've eaten.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I remember those.
They were the goat.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, they were really good. So, and the closest thing you can get to that is if you take a Reese's stick. I haven't thought this through, but if you take a Reese's stick,
we're gonna let you go
and eat it with a peanut butter Twix at the same time, it's close. Once again, I used to be 375 pounds. I've done some candy experimenting by day, so not anymore. But
I'm just thinking about the gas station that's on the way home.
Yeah, exactly. Start making cookies.
All right, that's cool.
Okay, so happy Halloween, everyone! Everyone, go out and eat candy till you throw up, and dress up in fun costumes.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! Have a good night, guys.